6 hours, 20 minutes that's taken door to door. What is that in minutes? 380 minutes of my life that I am never going to get back. Anyway, rant over. Was a nightmare. Motorways, M6 through Birmingham, nightmare. Even the A5 was just, you saw it, and it was just literally bumper to bumper at times. But I forgive those roads for all of their trespassing, because look what we're greeted to. Snowdonia in all its beauty. And conditions look absolutely stunning. Tonight, I'm quite excited about this. It is my first trip into the Glyderau range. That's to the south of the A5. I've done quite a few trips into the Garn range, which is to the north of the A5. But yeah, I've read so much about this area. Looking forward to exploring it. And my destination, hopefully, fingers crossed, is going to be a beautiful little lake high up in the mountains. So let's stop the yapping and let's get with the climbing.
It didn't take long to reach Llyn Clyd, this gorgeous lake you can see here, and I was already starting to understand why the Glyders were just so popular with hikers. And I think what made it even more amazing, it was just the colour of the rocks that made up the mountains of Glyderau and Fach, set against the blue sky. Amazing additions. But yeah, soon my attention turned to the climb ahead.
So there we go, I can finally give you a bit of eye contact. Got the glasses off, because I'm no longer being blinded by the sun. Sort of dipped behind the mountains ahead of me. But I tell you what, all that moaning about 25 minutes ago seems a distant memory already. It's just, you know, no matter how difficult it is to get to these places, once you're here, you know, you forget about it all. It's just, you know, all the faff seems more than worth it for views like this. There they are again. Absolutely stunning. But one thing I've clocked is the path snaking its way up the mountainside. That's where I've got to go. I don't know if you can make it out, but yeah, there's quite a lot of climbing to do. So as I said before, I think I need to stop talking and excuse for a stop, and I'll catch up with you, no doubt being a sweaty mess a bit further up. Come on, gravity. Let's see what you can do. Oh. The climb is on, but I must say, the faint little path that is marked on the OS map, yeah, I mean, you can probably make it out. Let's move out of the way. You can probably make it out there. It's a great little path. I mean, it helps that it's dry. I'd imagine if it was wet, some of these rocks could be pretty slippy. But yeah, you've got no worries about getting lost. It's brilliant. But I'm saying that, a bit further up, the path, I think, vanishes and I've got to head cross country. So I don't want to speak too soon. And I can see the path climbing again, getting even steeper.
Well, video never does it justice. Just doesn't look much in this clip, but trust me, it was steep. With no breeze, yeah, it was hard going. So I was quite pleased just to stop, get my breath back, and take in the amazing views I now had. I could look back towards Idwal and even back in towards the Ogwen Valley as well. Stunning.
So here we go. I've arrived at Llyn Clyd. This is the far end of it. I promise you it's far more impressive than just what you can see here. But the best view is at the other end of the lake. So that's where I head now. I'll show you exactly where I am and what the views are like, actually looking sort of down out of sort of the, I don't know, the bowl, I suppose, or the corrie where this lake is. And actually that's where there's 3 other wild campers that have set up there. Had a brief chat to them, seemed really nice. Yeah, they've taken the best view, but it doesn't matter. This is still cracking. So let's get up there and I'll show you just how amazing this spot is. As I always say, that wasn't bad, was it? And no, I'm not talking about my eyes. As lovely as they are, I'm of course talking about the scenery. Stunning spot. There's something about these little lakes that I just absolutely love, especially the tiny little ones that are sort of nestled below craggy mountains like this. You know, I've been to loads now, and I never get bored of them. Cracking. But yeah, as lovely as the views are, the one thing that isn't good is the bug situation. There's not a breath of wind, and of course, being late May, that means that all of the midges are out in force. You know, we're not in Scotland, but it's still bad enough. So I guess there's only one thing for it. got some bug spray. Let's get some of this on the go. Let's hope that helps. And of course, let's set some new fashion trends. A mozzie net. Probably help if I actually had a baseball cap or something on to hold it off my face. But every little helps, as they say. Get the arms covered as well. There we go. Last thing I'll say, actually, as harsh as it sounds, I'm hoping that because there's 3 other wild campers on the other side of the lake, they're going to be a little bit of a distraction for the midges, and they'll leave me in peace. Fingers crossed. Right, let's get some water and let's get some food on the go. I am starving. And I've got a little confession to make. I just went to eat my dinner. I forgot that I had this thing on and just put a little bit on my lap. What a wally. Tell you what, it's Friday night and these midges are out for a proper party. There's loads of them. They're probably going to come straight in for me now. There you go. I'll wear it as a head net now instead, or a hair net. Now look at this. Those of you who watched my videos recently will seem to know that I always eat vegetable chili when I'm on my camps, but usually it's in a packet. So I see this as a bit of luxury. Look at this. I've actually got a plate tonight. I don't think bright yellow is probably a wise move though, with all these midges. Note to self for next time: go for a less bright colour. That is lovely. Don't know if any of you guys have tried it, but it's the Stag low-fat vegetable chili. Very nice indeed, and a lot cheaper as well than those dehydrated meals. I mean, that was a couple of quid. The rice was what, sort of 50p, so a lot cheaper. You know, on those dehydrated meals, sometimes they're sort of 5-6 quid. And of course, you can't come up here on a Friday night without a beer. So this one, I've not tried it before. Pun of the year definitely goes to the brewery, Brew York, and it's Juicy Forsyth, Juicy Bonus Fruited IPA. Let's give it a whirl. Cheers. That is very nice. Be nice, bit better if it was a little bit colder. I'm not going to complain. It's still going down well. Right, I'm just going to sit back, enjoy these views, and come back to you a bit later. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Proper mountain paradise, this. And yeah, this bit of land I'm on, it's only a tiny little ribbon of it actually linking it to the rest of the mountainside. Other than that, I'm on an island. So with that in mind, there's dessert. Oh, very much looking forward to this. I reckon I'm going to savour every bite. And once that's done, before the light fades, yeah, I'm going to get the drone out. Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I really enjoyed this evening. You know, just sitting out on that ledge, just watching the sky get darker, and just, yeah, the changing of the light. It's one of the best times of the day. You know, I guess that's why they call it the golden hour. And it was lovely as well watching the cars sort of driving up and down the A5. Everything just looks so peaceful from up here, and it really is. The other campers, they crashed out about half an hour ago, and other than that little trickle from that stream that I filled up at earlier, there is no other noise. It's great. But yeah, the sleep system's all set up. I'm going to crash out in a minute. It's just gone 10:30. And as you can see, yeah, I'm back in the bivvy. You know, conditions as they are, you know, who needs a roof over their head when actually you've just got the night sky? That's what I want. I loved it last week when I was on a Reading Vow, and it's going to be the same again tonight. So yeah, back in the the OX Bush Pro again. And yeah, I'm probably overdoing it a little bit in terms of like the sleeping mat and everything. I'm using all my winter gear. Got the winter sleeping bag, you know, but you know, we're quite high up here. We're over 700 meters, and with a clear sky, it probably will still get a little bit nippy. So yeah, better safe than sorry. Yeah, the plan actually, tomorrow morning I'm going to try and get up nice and early and get up there. That's Garn up there, just over 900 metres. And hopefully I'll catch a sunrise. So hope I can get out of bed on time. Right, night-night, I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, adventurers. It is a cracking morning, isn't it? And I must say, Rocky Balboa will be proud of me. You know, in the film when he gets up at 4 a.m, downs a few eggs and then goes out for a run. Well, I haven't done any eggs, but I've had a bit of breakfast and I've literally just scrambled up from that lake there. And as I said, it's only 20 to 5. I must be crazy. Mind you, I say that, I can already see 2 other people on the summit of Garn, which is where I'm heading. Not too much further to go, so I'll push on up to the top and then hopefully we'll get some cracking shots of the sunrise. Should be up in about 25 minutes, half an hour or so. Let's go.
Eventually, I reached the summit and got a warm welcome from the 3 hikers already there. We had a quick chat and then enjoyed the stunning sunrise. Well, that sunrise was beautiful and had all 4 of us stood in silence for several minutes, just completely transfixed by the landscape below us. But eventually, I took my eyes away from that amazing view and looked towards the south, where I could make out the unmistakable peak of Glyders, a mountain I still need to summit at some point. And then as we turned towards the west, we had the unmistakable peaks of Snowdonia, or Bivvy, as it's now called. It's very rare you get views quite stunning as this and as clear as this of this mountain. Usually it's shrouded in cloud. And yet, as I zoomed in, you could make out the paths snaking their way to the summit and, of course, that dramatic ridge walk of Pribgok.
Well, this is living, eh? What a morning. Conditions, you just can't get them any better than this. There is hardly a breath of wind. There's not a cloud in the sky. And yeah, it's only 20 to 7, but the sun's already got a bit of strength to it, so the cream's gone on. I've left the summit of Garn behind. That's it back there. And yeah, I was up there for a good hour or so. Had a good old chat to the 3 other guys that beat me to the summit. I found out they come all the way from Suffolk, even further than me. And yeah, they literally got back from work, had a couple of hours sleep, and then just driven through the night to get here for the sunrise. You know, some of you watching this might think they're total fruitcakes. Me, if they're watching, or if you're watching, sorry guys, I think you're legends. But then again, I'm a bit of a fruitcake myself. I suppose it takes one to know one. But yeah, if I just stop for a sec, spin it round. Yeah, I'm heading for these big boys here. Bit of a, sort of, hopefully this should be a bit of a ridge line. The first summit I'm heading for is Glyderau, which I believe is just over 1,000 metres. The path up to it looks pretty steep. And it's a beautiful looking lake there as well. So I might just stop there a sec and actually think about maybe going in for a dip. Not sure yet. We'll see about that. Yeah, there's no doubt that this path's going to get pretty busy today. I reckon other than Snowdonia and maybe Glyders, I reckon this ridgeline I'm doing is probably one of the busiest spots in Snowdonia. So I suppose the earlier I do it, the less busy it will be. Yeah, just got out. What a great swim that was. Not the most brilliant lake in the world to swim in, if I'm being honest. Not massively deep, and I had to wade in quite a way before I could actually swim. But still, just feels so much better for doing it. But yeah, other than my body being ridiculously white, in fact, the only thing white than me around are the sheep, I reckon. But yeah, That's the first thing, but also I can feel the midges starting to hone in. So I think I need to get some clothes on and then start heading up again. I tell you, it won't be long before before the sweat's pouring off me. I'm just longing to get back in there again.
Well, yeah, the path I had to take, as you can see, looks steep and challenging. And sure enough, as I started to head skywards, I had to really think about where I was putting my feet, especially with the ground being so loose beneath me. But thankfully, the ground started to level off, and I entered what can only be described as being, well, with the moon's double. You know, it was really, really rocky and just completely barren. And the geographer in me just couldn't help but think about how glaciers had carved and shaped the landscape I was now in. But finally, I saw the summit of Glyderau, and of course, I had to get onto the highest point at 1,001 meters to claim victory. A great feeling. I came down, decided to place a rock on one of the many cairns that littered the area, and then I enjoyed a ridge walk towards the next summit of Glyders, enjoying the views to the south and north.
Well, I'm just below the summit. Okay, look how awesome it looks. Before I get there, I've got some Coke and I really need it. I'm really thirsty. It feels cold, which is great. You know, it got quite nippy last night and it stayed cold in the bag. Oh. Other maybe a cold beer. Can you beat an ice cold Coca-Cola on a warm day? I don't think you can. Let's have that, and let's have some Pringles as well. This is living. Well, I say that. I'd be living if I wasn't getting plagued by bloody midges. I think it's time to move. But you're probably wondering why I'm filming this at home and not from Snowdonia. There is a good reason for it, and it's because soon after I stopped for that drink, I met up with a guy that I'd actually met down by the lake where I took a swim. But yeah, we met just the other side of Glyderau summit, and we ended up sharing the rest of the journey back together. It was great. I just didn't really fancy filming that much, just because I really enjoyed his company. It just turned out to be a really interesting guy. His name was Jack, and yeah, he lived over in Europe for the best part of 15 years, and had just got back and was getting back into wild camping and hiking. One of those things I just love about solo travel is that you never know who you're going to meet. And yeah, with Jack, we're actually planning, hopefully, a future trip where I'm going to show him the amazing Cambrian Mountains in mid-Wales. But yeah, back to you guys watching this video. If you've got to this point, thank you very, very much for watching. As I will say, don't forget to click like and subscribe if you haven't done already. You know, always much appreciated and goes a long way in supporting the channel. But if you're out there adventuring yourself soon, take care, but most important of all, enjoy.